speaking out so everyone will listen. How you can improve your communication by speaking out. When we are in a meeting, or if we are talking to a group of friends, being able to speak effectively is a very powerful tool which helps us maneuver through situations and let us place ourselves where we want to be. There are numerous ways speech helps us in our daily lives. The ability to speak effectively let us communicate what we feel, what we think, and how we are processing it all. Yet not everyone seems to possess the ability, or are not that good at it. So, why is that? Today, at Up Mindset, we're going to take a look at small habits that you can apply that will surely improve your speech. But before we begin, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We at Up Mindset aspire to give you the best quality advice on psychology every week. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss a single video. In today's modern world, it is important to communicate effectively and to have the proper understanding of how to speak to others. It would be very inconvenient to have to put up with colleagues or encounter random individuals who don't communicate themselves correctly, leading to miscommunication of ideas and confusion. Maybe you've experienced this before in the supermarket, with a cashier or with the co-workers while working, as some little details isn't conveyed properly or not mentioned, leading to a confusion and disasters. Being unable to communicate what you hope to say to someone is a leading cause of stress in adults as well as teen and children. Being able to convey our thoughts and feelings is an effective way can help us solve many of our problems. But before we talk about what we can apply to speak more effectively, we should go over the habits that count as ineffective communications and how we can avoid them. You should not fall into the rabbit hole of gossiping about others. It can be very tempting to talk negatively about someone you know. But there is a wise saying that if you hear someone's gossip, a few moments later, that person will be gossiping about you to someone else. It is negative behavior which only spirals out of control. You should stay away from people who gossip too much and refuse to hear gossip from other people. The next bad habit of speaking is judging too much. We all judge people based on many different aspects. However, if we get in a habit of judging too much, we forget to see things from other people's perspective. This is why people tend to get mean when judging someone, because they neglect to see things from their place. Another form of this negativity is complaining. People don't want to listen to someone who only has complaints to say for things. Complaining can become a nagging habit and hinders us from seeing the good in things. It is also a great way to push people away from what you are saying. Trying to find the good in things and complaining less will help gain the attention of the people you want listening to you. Another bad habit of speech, similar to complaining, is making excuses. We all know that people who would pretend to put in hard work to no avail only to come up with countless excuses on why they couldn't complete their task. Making excuses make it hard for people to confidently rely on you for their own matters, especially if you work in a professional environment, such as an office space. Learning to stop making excuses and own up to our mistakes is a great way to develop yourself mentally. And where excuses aren't the issues, we have hyperboles or exaggerations. We all love to hypen what we are saying to other person in order to entrail them or get their most attention. What we don't realize is that people don't usually focus on what the persons they are listening to is exaggerating, but rather what they are expressing. Making huge statements and promises is a great way to cut yourself short, as it makes false expectations in your listeners' minds and makes it harder for them to trust your account of things after you describe them. Knowing what our listener expects from us and delivering our information is an accurate way helps build the trust and boost our status in the view of others. The last mistake people often make while speaking is dogmatism. The belief that whatever you are saying is the most right version of events is considered dogmatism. Our confidence in delivering our information can become excessive, causing us to have no doubt in the authenticity of what we are saying. This may often cause us to believe in misinformation that is often further from the truth. It could be because the facts don't match what we want or a particular agenda or what we had in mind. This causes misinformation to spread. Once we realize that our information isn't the most accurate, we can mend what we believe, letting us gain more knowledge about the topic we discuss with people. Without realizing our own mistakes, we will become more impulsive with people and more narrow-minded, pushing away the ideas that can help us in favor of believing that we are always right. If you enjoy our content, share it with a friend. Hit the subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. We at the Up Mindset appreciate your support, and we hope to provide you with useful videos about psychology every day. So, be sure to stick with us for every video. Now that we have discussed what you shouldn't do, now we will be discussing what you should do in order to have your speech heard effectively. The first thing you should focus on is being honest. As we convey information, it is important that what we have said is received and understood by our listeners. But what's more important is if we can build a sense of trust with our listeners after they have heard what we have spoken. In order to do that, we must be honest with our listeners. In that way, they will trust us with what we have to say in the future. The next habit to apply for effective speaking is authenticity. If your listeners can trust us and they know what we're saying is authentic to the topic being discussed, then they will want to listen more to what we have to say. Being authentic will make people want to listen to what you have to say on various topics. If honesty helps build trust, being authentic about what you say will make people want to hear more of what you have to say. As we learn ways to implement effective communication, we will come to see that a lot more of your time is utilized with less time wasted because of inadequate communication. It is very important to keep our integrity with the people we speak to. You wouldn't want the people you speak to wrongfully interpret what you have conveyed to them. A great way to keep your integrity is by making sure the message you're trying to deliver is properly received by people you talk to. Be open-minded, be open to feedback, and correct your listeners on things they didn't understand. Knowing how to treat your friends and how to be treated by them is a good way to keep your composure and convey the meanings we want to show. That is for our video. Thanks for watching. Is there anything you know about effective communication that we left out? Let us know in the comments down below. Stay tuned to the Up Mindset channel for your daily dose of psychology advice. Share this video with a friend, and we hope to see you in the next one.